Hello everyone, my name is Mohammad Roshan Saudagar and my USN number is U23E01IS012 and our course is operating system and course code is UE23CS2306 from GM University Davangere and our course coordinator is Dr. Shivan Goda GM sir. Our topic is process creation. Firstly, we start from this header files called include studio.h, include windows.h, include stdlv.h. These are the standard input output library functions which we commonly use in the execution of the programs, of the C programs. This first we are having an compare in compare function. This defines a comparison function used by qsort to compare two integers parameters a and b. These are the generic pointers white star this to pass to the function return value the difference between the two integers if positive a is greater than b, if negative a is smaller than b. And here we are having and sorting array function. This wraps the q sort function to for easier use. Here we are having two parameters called array and size. Array is a pointer to the array to be sorted and size is the number of the elements in the array. This functionality calls the q sort to sort the array using the compare function. And here we are having an main function. This this we are having in this we are having starting index of the array section to sort, and size is the size for number of the elements in the array section. If any error occurs, it checks if less than three arguments are provided, then program name plus two arguments, and if so, prints usage instructions and exits with an error code 1. And here we are having an uh, functions called atoi. This converts the command line arguments arg1 and arg2 from strings to integers. Starting a start index, this is for starting index of the segment of the shared array to be sorted, and array size is the number of elements of the segment to be sorted. And here we are having function called open file mapping. In this, it opens a handle to an existing shared memory object. File map all access. This function grants full read write access to the shared memory, and it gives false if which indicates that that indicates that the handle is not inheritable by child process. And here we are having an text global shared memory. This means that name of the shared memory object which must match the one created by the parent process. And in this, if any error occurs, it checks if hmap file is null, meaning that the shared memory object could not be opened. If so, prints an error message with get lost error and exits the code and exits that command. And here we are having map view of file maps the shared memory object into the virtual address space of the process. In this, we are having parameters hmap file and file map all access. This hmap file handle to the shared memory objects, and file map all access grants full read write access to the map memory. And remaining argument 000 specify the starting pointer, and size 0 maps the entire object and returns a pointer shared array to the mapped memory. And in this, if any error occurs, if shared array is null, it prints an error message and closes the shared memory handle and exists. And here we are having the sorting array function. This calls the sort array function to sort the portion of the shared array starting at start index and spanning array size of elements. And shared array start index this pointer to the first element of this assigned section. And here we are having an umap view of file. This unmaps the shared memory from the process address space, and close handle this closes the handle to the shared memory object. And finally return 0 indicates which indicates that the program has executed successfully. And next part, this parent section will be continued by my friend Sayed Mubarak.
Hello everyone, I am Sayed Mubarak from the Department of Data Science. Now the code demonstrates a parent's process managing a large array of integers and using a shared memory to distribute a workload among multiple child processes. Array setup. The main array is created to hold integers. The array will be shared across the child process for parallel processing. Shared memory creation. Shared memory is established using a Windows API function. Create file map creates a shared memory region. Map view official map the shared memory in the shared address space of the parent process. The main array is copied to the shared memory region, makes it accessible to across the processor. The child process creates a process. It is used to swap a 10 child. Each child process will reverse a portion of the array to work on. The The parent contains the command line arguments for each child specified. The, the starting index of the assigned portion of the array. The size of the portion, the size of the portion work distribution. Each child process read its assigned segment for the shared memory via the provided arguments and performs its task. The parent process creates a large array and copy its shared memory so it can be accessible. The parent launched 10 child process, each responsible for the process and launching of arrays. The child process use the shared memory to access their assigned part of the array. This avoids the duplicate entry array in each process, saves the memory. Child program.exe. This is a child process executable the handling a portion of the array. It codes could like perform tasks like sorting and analyzing and assigning and segment. Error handling. The code checks for error in creating shared memory or processing and report them. Ensure the route merge functionality not implement here. After processing the parent process might need to be merged the result for all child process. The merge array function sub hints at his step. Thank you. Next part is continued by Ryan.
Hello everyone, my name is Mohammad Rayan. I am from CS Department, GM University, Davangere. My USN number is U23E01CS039. My program line starts from command line adjust child process argument. This line constructs a string command argument to pass as argument to the child process child program.exe. Command argument is an array of 50 characters that will hold the formatted command for the child process. Command argument it places two values into the strings. One is star child array size and another word is child array size. Next line if create process child program.exe. This means this line tries to create a new child process that will run child program.exe with the argument stored in command argument. Create process is a Windows API function that creates a new process. That argument passed are child program.exe, the executable file for the child process. Command argument the argument that specify the data child process will operate on string, index and array size. False statement. This specifies that the child process does not inheritance the parent open handles. 0. No special creation flag. Error handling. If create process fails, return false, an error message is printed using get last error to indicate the failure reason. Next line. For int I is equal to 0. I is equal to num children I plus plus. This loop waits for all child process finish execution before proceeding. This function blocks the parent process and wait for while the child process finish. It takes a handle to the child process. Next line, int star result array. This code allocate memory for the final merge result and calls merge array function to merge the sorted array from each child. Malloc array size of int. Allocate memory for an array that can hold the entire stored array. Element each of type int. Merge array. A placeholder function to merge the result from multiple child process. In a real scenario, it would be it would be combine the sorted segment from each child into result array. Next line, unmp view of file. This means propose this part cleans up resource allocated during the program execution. Next, return 0. This indicates the program finished successfully. Additional function, void generate random array. This function generate an array filled with random integers. Using the logic inside this function need to be implemented. Typically, it involves iterating through each array and picking the smallest element at each step until all elements are merged. Thank you.